I'm looking for my live. I'm looking for my own live. Hey, Lady Sky. Kimmy, how are you? Appreciate you guys being here. Tom, nice to see you. Tom, how did everything go yesterday? Tom says, as the embodied soul continuously passes in this body from boyhood to youth to old age, the soul similarly passes into another body at death. The sober person is not bewildered by such changes. Bhagavad Gita, chapter 2, verse 13. That reminds me of Egnath Swarn. I remember reading that in his book on meditation, coincidentally titled Meditation. I think I probably read that in 1989 ish. It was one of the first serious disciplines of meditation that I undertook, and he was one of the premier translators of the Bhagavad Gita, as well as Upanishads and some Buddhist texts, notably the Dhammapada. Hi, Sue. Sue, how are you? Toy Pup says, you speak Hindi, Tom? Hey, Toy Pups. Longjan, how are you? Tom says, I don't speak Hindi, but that is Sanskrit, which I'm learning. Hey, how are you? How's the work going? Sniper is putting in double shifts. His business and working on his project with his self-imposed deadline. He says, Tom, I've named this intimate period. I'm sure that's not the right term, but I'm too lazy to change it now. The pregame. I heard from Mustafa earlier today. Tom says, Lady Sky is late. She's here. Hey, Abby. Abby, how are you? Hi, Kat. Kat is in the background. I was just thinking about Kat a little bit ago, a couple minutes ago, as I was dusting off my toolbox, putting on my work jeans, getting ready to do some hammering. Maybe, I don't know, going out and changing some oil somewhere. Doing some oil changing. See if any neighbors need some tractor work. That kind of stuff. Typical, typical manly stuff. That I do when I'm kicking around the house. Um, you guys know how it is. Hey, Laura. Tom says wonderful and great to see you, Yogi. Great to see you too, Tom. Hey, Michael. Michael says, hey there, Young Eric. How are you, Michael? Abby's doing awesome. Michael says, hope you're doing well, Yogi, my friend. Hey, I'm doing pretty well. Hey, Anna. Michael's feeling lazy. You had a live stream last night, Michael? Abby says, love you to Sebastian. Lady Sky says, how are you, Yogi? I'm doing pretty good, Lady Sky. Abby says, I'm helping everyone mod today. You always do, Abby. Best mod ever. Oh, I'm sorry to hear about the food poisoning, Abby. Anna says, I'm good. Thank you, Lady Sky. How are you? Michael says, nope, it's tomorrow night at 7 p.m. on the Earthly Domain. 7 p.m., that's 6 mine. I will be probably, I might be able to catch the last part of it. I'd like to at least get in and say hi, give you some support. He says, Yogi, have you ever seen a custom made Course Miracles t shirt? I'd happily wear one, something meaningful. It's a market I haven't really seen. I think I have. I think we might have had a guest with one. I'd be willing to bet Vicky Poppy has one. I'd be willing to bet that Alan Ishak has one too. Could make, I thought about merchandise. I just don't know how, I don't know the ins and outs of it. Hey, Naomi. Grand Risings to you, my friend. I thought a t shirt said just to Yogi, the yoga forgiveness on the back. Hey, Coco. Coco, why aren't you modded up? Cypher says, all I can say is that the deadline is attached to a 1% of the 12 billion forecast projected of an AI industry. Should be interesting for mid-April. Hey, William. You could be talking to anyone in this live stream. You know that? You could be talking to any single person in this live stream. I happen to know for a fact that our friend Toy Pups, bald as a cue ball, like Wheats, not a single hair in his entire body. Lee, our friend Lee, Seb, completely bald. Squirrel Sniper, only hair he has on his shoulders and kneecaps and his elbows, believe it or not. Don't know how that happened. Probably some kind of genetic thing. Who else do we have? Bhakta Tom. Bhakta Tom has one single strand of hair coming out of his mid back area that he has managed to weave around his entire body. Don't know how he did it. So you really, William, you could be talking about any single person here. Sniper says, William, your observation made it through the first time. Eric takes a while to get comments. I do take a while to get comments. Eric says, W guys, W2. Tom says, I have eyelid hair. It works perfect for a comb over. Hey, Antonia, how are you, my friend? He says we're going to order one. I think, thinking Course Miracle student. Hey, Mike. Mike says, so again, it was nice to see you this morning, my friend. How's things in the Philippines? Antonia says, don't talk about my hair and knees. I'm sorry, Antonia, the secret has been leaked. By the way, Michael Burkeen, completely bald. When he is carving his art, when he is carving, carves a little bit on the stick, shaves his head. Carves a little bit on the stick, shaves his head. Warm and cozy in the Philippines. Good. Laura says, yeah, I would make you one. One day I'll figure it out. I'll be honest with you. The merch is low on the list of priorities. Right now, the list is the guest presenting you the very, very best teachers, presenters, people who are immersed in their own practice and are happy to help answer questions and inspire in any way they can. And then taking the best of what they said and making it into presentable form and offering it to everyone and anyone. But if anyone knows anything about merch, let me know. I'd keep it simple. Maybe a t-shirt. Really think about hoodies because I love hoodies. Who doesn't love a good hoodie? Um, and maybe a coffee mug. That'd be enough, right? Luke says, "Hi, what's on the menu for next week?" I'm glad that you asked. So tomorrow, let's say next week starts tomorrow. We have Miss Flipper coming up a day early, doing me a great favor. Does me a great favor just coming up, but she's coming up a day early, so that 1 o'clock. Russell Johnson. Russell Johnson calls him a course companion. Calls himself a course companion, someone he will walk beside you. Um, he is, to be honest with you, I don't know a whole lot about Russell. Just that he's a course companion and he's someone that I want to talk to. So we're going to hang out with him and find out how long has he been practicing a course. What made him think in terms of being a course companion? Bring you questions for him. And in the evening, Patty O'Neill Moss is doing her monthly segment, which is Course Miracles and Mindfulness and Therapy. So she's a psychotherapist. She can't answer, diagnose, treat, but she can address, um, any issues that we might have. And she can do it from the perspective of a course, which she doesn't do in her actual practice. But because this is in her practice, she can do it. So bring, questions for her. Tuesday. I don't believe I have anyone Tuesday. Oh, Julie is coming up. And Hope Johnson. You can find Hope Johnson on YouTube. She's coming up on Thursday, all the way from Honolulu. Laura says you can go through YouTube. Hey, Aman, how are you, my friend? Says, hi, sir, how are you? Doing pretty good. How about you? Michael says that would be cool if you do, but you can't make it. I totally understand. I will do my best. Hey, Signature, my friend, how are you? Luke says you should get some good clean merch. Let me think about some ideas. Okay, let me know what you think, Luke. I'd appreciate it. Lee says, I'm hoping Mustafa will come in. We'll be very excited to hear about Pi Day. Yeah, that's tomorrow, right? Pi Day. It's also the Ides of March. You know what they say about the Ides of March? Beware. This was the day that Caesar was assassinated, right? So I might have more people come up. I had reached out to who was it? Uh, Malin Madrad, who is a course teacher, and she was going to come up, but I had inadvertently booked up the time that she said she could come up. But I already had it booked in and I didn't realize it. So I'm hoping that we can work things out with her for another day this week. We'll see. I want to look up who it was who originally Julius Caesar was assassinated. March 15th, the Ides of March. It is the day of betrayal, danger, or sudden downfall. Beware. Beware the Ides of March. Don't say I didn't warn you guys. If you are hit by a sudden downfall of fortune, don't come complaining to me saying, how come you didn't say anything about the Ides of March? It's right here. I could clip it and post it. And I'm going to look in the camera and say it for the perfect clip. Guys, beware the Ides of March. All right, I've done my part. You cannot ask anything more of me. This guy says today is Pi Day, Yogi. 314. Gotcha. All kinds of number days. Luke says Caesar got stabbed. 23. Beware the Ides of March. Seb says I'm going to a funeral on my birthday. A great friend's father-in-law passed in January. Marcus Allen, a famous for Sonic auditor and owner of Nexus Magazine. Do you think I've heard of Nexus Magazine before? Sorry for your loss, Sniper. Let's just talk about synchronicity. Michael says, Yogi, you would be proud of me. I finally got rid of every single connection I had with that Discord community. They made me feel unimportant, and I'm in a better place for it. They're not even able to communicate on my YouTube page. Good, Michael. You are moving on. Bigger and better things. This guy says, sorry for your loss, Sniper. He made it to 83. It's a good year. Sniper's birthday is coming up. It's the same day as Walking with Goldie. Our good friend Goldie shared her life story. Hey, Mustafa, my friend, how are you? Everyone was asking about you. I have a visiting dog coming over. Did not think it was gonna happen today, but my old dog coming over to visit. Lady Scott says, "Oh, cool, you're an Aries, Zipper. The last day in the last day. I'm in the last day of Aries. She just made it. Aries begins next Saturday. Cool." He says, "Mustafa, I can't believe you're here. Allow me to rub my eyes and make sure that this isn't a mirage. You need to be excited to hear about Pi Day." Mustafa says, everyone, thank you for asking about me. Of course. So this is Saturday. Traditional the day that we might do some singing. Maybe tonight. We'll see. If anyone wants to think about it this evening, come on up. Hey, while we're here, anyone have any questions about any of the guests last week? About them, about what they were teaching, about what they offered, about something specific they might have said? We can unpack it. Mustafa sends some love to Lady Sky. Lee says, Mustafa, every one of us was excited to see you. I don't mind saying it aloud. Mustafa says, yesterday, Sky, but my moon was in Aquarius. Whenever Aquarius comes in my head, I'll be playing the fifth dimensions all day. Michael says, I like all of the guests you had so far. Thank you, Michael. More are coming. And I keep hoping Kundalini King's going to pop in. He inspired me to ask Anthony Peake, he basically calls himself an explorer in consciousness. And he's a best-selling author, not someone that I would think I could get up on my little channel, but I had a connection to him. So I asked, and he said, sure. But then I didn't hear from him for several months. This morning, he sent me a text and said, we'll pick a weekday in mid-March, or I'm sorry, in mid-May, and we'll do it. So we're getting closer to confirmation of an actual date. Guys, you're going to love Anthony Peake. So primarily, I talk to course teachers along with some yogis. But I'm open, love talking to artists of any kind. We've had some people who are more in the the Unity Church area, more into the, maybe we could say, New Age, and a pretty broad spectrum. I'm open for suggestions. Mustafa says, Seb, I will sing that. You going to sing, Mustafa? He says, Mustafa, when is your birthday? I will come up and sing, prepare you a present live. He says, have you ever heard of crockpot ravioli? I have not, but it sounds good. Coco says, say Jimmy. Says key characteristics of Aquarius moon: intuition, mental electricity, and downloads. Intuition often arrive as rapid downloads or sudden flashes of cosmic awareness. Seems fitting. Jimmy says, wheat. Nope, tell me more about crockpot ravioli. The secret ingredient, ravioli. He says, Mustafa, what size t-shirt are you? I'll order one from Kinnick for your birthday. So, Laura, is there any kind of crafting that you don't do? That's pretty amazing. Hey, Laura, you need to be dropping your link. Like every single live stream you come in. You need to help me get the word out on what you do. Hello, my friend. Hey, can you help me pronounce your name one more time? I always feel bad. If you do it one more time, I'm gonna write it down phonetically. Cha'it, right? Am I even close? You help me with it once. Oh, Charles. Well, Charles is going to be easy. I can say that most of the time. Thank you, Charles. I don't even need to spell that out phonetically. I don't think. He says we forgot to ask Anna about her potential new job. Are you still, Anna? Are you still here? Kat says, Charles laughing. Easy enough. So you say easy enough. All right, hold on. Shatana? Sharatana? I'm not going to get it, but Charles. I can say Charles. Kat, I'm glad you're here. I was just a little bit ago talking about my toolbox. Dusting off my toolbox. Gonna go out and do some hammering and stuff. Maybe some wrenching. I don't know, tightening some screws around the house. That kind of stuff. See if any neighbors need some oil changing. Michael says I have to get a few more clear coats on that cedar wooden spoon, and then it is finished. I'm maybe sending this one to LP. It's a secret. Charles says always in service. Appreciate that, my friend. Cass said I heard you. Okay, just checking. Just want to make sure. Can't say that kind of stuff enough. Hey, Marlon. Thank you, Charles. Latest guy says he dusts his toolbox, not the bookshelves. She's shaking her head. There's a reason for that, and Kat can tell you why there's a reason. For one, the toolbox itself is largely fictional. Hey, Evan. Eric, you got to take your girlfriend out to a festival this summer and bring a big, you know what. That sounds like something that you would do with your girlfriend. I would bring my girlfriend to a bookstore and drink a cup of coffee with her. Kat says, no, I'm in a mood. I'm just going to say, don't judge Yogi. You saying don't judge Yogi? You telling people don't judge Yogi? Or you telling me not to judge? Wheat says, my toolbox is very rusty because it's been outside all winter. Mustafa says, Eric, anything new about guests? Well, yeah, we have. I have some guests coming up this week. Patty O'Neill Moss is coming up again on uh, Monday evening. And why do I keep putting this away? Russell Johnson is coming up. He calls himself a course companion. And Hope Johnson. Look for Hope Johnson on YouTube. She's got a wonderful channel, and it'll tell you more than I can say about her. Kat says to Evan, 100, 100, 100. It doesn't sound any better than my bookstore and coffee. Hey, Joe. Joe says, hey, everyone, check in before going to the gym. What's going on in the gym today? Everyone's hitting the gym. Who did I see? Reaper's hitting the gym. Eric Lapointe, I think, started it off. Kat says, hey, Joe. Hey, Scott says, hi to Joe Franklin. Mustafa says, I will check it out, Eric. Let me know what you think. Hey, Tim. Evan says, when you drink the coffee, put espresso shot in it, but don't tell your girlfriend. Pure gangsta. She already knows that I'm pure gangsta. He says, Tim, I missed you so much. Tim says, hey to Lee. Joe says, I'm practicing my deadlifting. One of my favorite exercises for a long time. Even after I hurt my back, it took a while for me to get there, but I was back to deadlifting. You could never deadlift as much as I did once before. And I switched from conventional to sumo. Takes a whole lot of pressure off the back. How do you pull? Joe, do you pull sumo or conventional? You thinking about a meet, maybe? Tim says, hey to Lee. Joe says, hey to Lady Sky. Lee says, Tim, I'm watching JP tonight. No snacks, no treats, just JP. Who's JP? Just a tumbler of water, discipline day. Oh, Jurassic Park. Jurassic Park. Gotcha. Took me a second. Joe says conventional, but I do like sumo because I can pull more. It really doesn't seem like it should be legal. But of course, everyone has the option of pulling sumo, and I guess not everyone can pull as strong. Some tremendous weights nowadays. I remember when I got first interested in powerlifting, and this was like 79, just a kid. I read Terry Todd's book, Inside Powerlifting, classic book. I lent it to someone and never got it back. And now, because it's out of print, it's hugely expensive. Don Reinhardt was going to be the first man to pull 900 pounds. I don't think he did. His grip couldn't support it. Not that his grip wasn't strong enough, but his hands were so large, 900 pounds, the flesh would literally rip off his hands. But nowadays, people pulling 1,000 pounds plus. Incredible. This is like burpees, but I don't think I have to do different things now. Yeah, I just basically I do burpees to um hey Luke, can I show this? Let me know, please. I do burpees to warm up and to cool down. I don't even do I was doing like more numbers on my off days from the kettlebells, but I keep it now solely for warm up and cool down because on my off days I'm doing Pavel's what he called it's quick and is dead routine, which is swings and push-ups. Um, this guy says, what sizes do the kettlebell thing come in, Yogi? They can come from 8 kilograms, which is 18 pounds, to, for me, my highest weight kettlebell that I had that I actually sold a while back, 48 kilograms, which is 104 pounds, I believe. Luke says, yes, guys, our friend Luke Oakley, this is his art. And it's absolutely incredible. Can you see it okay? That is, I've had some people do some drawings. This is my favorite. Gotta say, that's a fantastic looking mustache. A little jealous that the drawing of me has a better mustache than I have a mustache. Luke is an incredibly talented artist. I've seen some of his other work, and I hope he shares more and more. Sure says my youngest is 1,000 burpees. Evan says, you ever had pain in your hips? Yep, I've had pain in every single part of my body before. You do not finish a 100-mile race without experiencing some kind of pain in your body for sure. Just as I've noticed now, everyone is doing more than burpees. Yep. I just missed the kettlebells before ultra running. After my powerlifting days, I got into Olympic weightlifting. Then I read about kettlebell sport, which is the Olympic lifts done for high repetition. So it's a unique blend of power and endurance that I just loved. I can liken it to rowing, competitive rowing, which I always wish I could do. And if I could afford it, I would get a Concept 2 rowing machine so I could do virtual rowing meets. Luke says, "You're so self conscious of your mustache. It's a good one. Embrace it." I am self conscious about my mustache because it has a complete mind of its own, as is all of my facial hair. I hit stages where everything is perfect, but I just can't keep it that way. This guy says, "Cool drawing." So, yep, I loved burpees. I still love burpees. I love the high reps. I particularly love doing Iron Wolf's routines as well as Busy Dad's. I did Busy Dad. Busy Dad used to shake his head because I would do every day his routine. His limit was, he said, do it 4 days a week. You have 80 minutes, 20 minutes, 4 sessions. But I just kept alternating it every day, and I did it for 2 years. Evan says you grab your feet backwards to stretch your hips, legs. I do all kinds of stuff. I have a very extensive yoga asana routine that I do every morning, and I do later in the morning again, not as extensive. It says that I can imagine simple T-shirts with caps that say as logo. You can get a whole branding. It's a good name. Just a yogi. Jerry says deadlift. Ah, got you. Does your son compete? Our friend Tim Griffith says, my favorite line from Jurassic Park is when Hammond says, "Dennis, our lives are in your hands and you have butterfingers." That is a good line. Yeah, simple would be the key, Luke. Look up, I have the channel right here. I can send it to you. But Awesome Hope Johnson is the name. Here's her. She's going to be our guest on Thursday. Here's her description. This moment welcomes you. Join the dialogue. Join us as we get in touch with our powerful, fearless, and joyful aspect. Discoveries in this regard are the seeds that lead to deepening clarity with respect to personal relationships, physical health, mental well being, creative outlets, career paths, and all other aspects of being human. Hope Johnson brings you Wisdom Dialogues, an opportunity to have real life questions answered by a regular woman who has discovered how to integrate wisdom from beyond the thinking mind into the particulars of everyday life. She's also a minister, and she lives in Hawaii. Just sending it right over, Mustafa. Charles says, "You know what? What's up, Charles? Long distance love sucks. It can be difficult. It is when the one thing you really want to do above all else is offer someone comfort. And sometimes the single best comfort is just presence and um, holding someone's hand or putting your hand um, on his shoulder, just a touch. touch and a presence. Hey, Start Seeker, how are you? What's up, Joshua?
Hello, Yogi. Can you hear me?
I can. How are you?
I'm good. I just want to know how clear you can actually hear me.
Right now, pretty good.
I don't understand. I was just live. I ended my live, but I had to test this theory out. And I know that you do, you know, live streams around now, and sometimes we can come up, sometimes we cannot. Just depends on whether or not you have a guest. However, I just want to make sure that everyone in the chat can also hear me, if that's okay.
Yep, let's see. Um, guys, how is the connection with Joshua? If you can give us some feedback, please. Abby says yes. Oh, so something different.
Okay. I
Okay,
hear
she
you.
says, I hear you. Charles says, we can hear you.
That's good. That's good. So it's not my phone. This is a brand new phone. I just bought this a few days ago because I got upset because people in my live stream were having problems hearing me on my other phone.
Oh,
So I was so upset to the point that like I didn't get it. I tried starting my live stream over again and over again and over again, and it still didn't matter. The same people kept coming in there that I've known for a while. So it's not like they were trolling me and saying they can't hear me.
right.
At least I didn't believe that to be true. So they still could not hear me. So I decided, well, I'll try to make phone calls with it. I tried phone calls with it. And I have two different new Bluetooth earpieces that I bought. I also have my other one, my old one, because people kept saying they couldn't hear me. So I figured it was Bluetooth earpiece first. Bought those, still didn't work, still didn't hear me. So I bought another phone, and I got mad and I busted the other one. I threw it 3 stories high out onto the street as I watched it from my window crashing onto the pavement because I was so upset because people cannot hear me in my YouTube live streams only. My TikTok live streams, I have no issues when it
I
comes
wonder
to
if it's a
TikTok or
you think it might be a YouTube issue?
I'm not sure because I have you had any issues out of people hearing your voice here? No?
No.
Hmm. Because it's only a few people. It's not everyone. Like I have people coming in, they can hear me, but other people cannot. So, so I went through Bluetooth earpiece after Bluetooth earpiece. I don't have the money for this because I'm only working 1 to 2 days a week. I'm one job only. I was recently let go of my second job, guys.
Oh, sorry.
So,
Sorry to hear.
um, yeah. So YouTube is what I'm doing now. I'm trying to do how you do. Well, not how you do. I'm trying to make money with YouTube.
Right. I can understand that. Let me stop you for a second. How can we help?
Oh no
How
no
can
no.
I? No, no, no. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. I, about your channel, and I know you're not. I know you're not asking, and I know you never would ask. So I'm asking you from one fellow, someone who is trying to make a go at it, to another. What can I do? What can we do to help you? You know what? Earning an income on YouTube is two things. It's difficult, but it's also
Yes.
an incredible opportunity to do what you love to do, to be creative, to put it all out there. I think it's a wonderful artistic thing, and I like you. You know that I think you're one of a kind.
Well,
Um,
thank you, Yogi.
and I've also said to people that I think that you're an emotional health channel. I've seen you put your struggles out there, and I think that's good. I think it's good for people to see others struggle so they can see the point that we can all get through these struggles together. Um, so I don't think that's a bad thing at all. So seriously, when I say what can I do and what can we do to help, I mean it 100% sincerely. What can we do to help you?
Well, I just the only thing that you can help with is being yourself. Just doing what you're doing.
It's the one thing I can't do, Joshua. Um, what's the second? Ask me for a second thing. Um, you know what? But feel free to come in and drop your link. Anytime you go on live, any video that you have, comment in and
Well,
drop
I
me a
don't.
link.
It's not really about that. I just like it's having. Okay, so my predicament is this. Okay, so I was doing well with a couple jobs and doing online schooling and stuff like that. But then this happened where they laid off quite a few people, and I'm only getting 1 to 2 days a week at this restaurant, and I'm only making tips. So I'm a server there. I'm not really, the other job, I made more money during the day, but I had some issues with people. They decided that they didn't like the fact of some of the stuff that I did online, preferring the TikTok, not YouTube. But they saw my TikTok and it became a personal thing, and people wanted to say stuff, and I responded probably how I should not have responded, just being honest about it. So it turned into a huge argument, and I said, "Well, we can't have this kind of stuff." I said, "Well, then try not instigating it in the first place. That would actually be better because if you as my boss and their boss are instigating it, then what is that going to do for them, let alone me? That's going to cause them to circle around me or me or them or whoever. You're the boss here. So if you want this company to run, you know, smooth, then we all need to work together with the same goal in mind and communicate with each other properly and get the goal and reach our goal. You know,
Right.
it's because that's with any form of relationship. Communication is the key to anything. Communication with whether it's uh, a real relationship with your partner at home, a long distance relationship with someone else, a YouTube relationship with all of us, or at work. Whether you're the boss or the employee or the coworker, it doesn't matter. You must if you're not there to communicate with each other and support each other, it's not going to work.
I agree.
So, and that's what happened. And there was no proper communication. It was all a bunch of like, um, you know how you pass one word to another and it goes, you pass one word to someone and then by the time it gets to the other end, it's changed into a completely different sentence. So anyway, that's basically what happened with that job. So I'm still working one job, but we're all laid off there. It's not that much. But as far as what I'm wanting to do with my channel, once I do have enough equipment, tools, items, whatever you want to call it, for my channel, like I'll be honest with you, there's this costume that you've probably seen on one of my short videos of the amazing energetic Joshua as a
Uh-huh.
superhero, but it's AI generated. But I have sent that picture to a few different designers, and
Can I
they
interrupt
are
for a
saying
second?
it's, of course,
I gotta run and get something at the door real quick. Can you do
okay,
me a favor? Can you stay?
yes,
You can let everyone know
yeah, of course,
what's going on.
yes,
1 second.
yes, absolutely. Why not? Guys, welcome to the amazing Yogi Adventures, guys. Yogi and beyond. Yogi loves all of you. Yogi loves everyone here. Yogi Bear, whatever you want to call him, guys. Mustafa, we hear you good. Abby Carpenter, hi, Star. I would like dinner with you all. Thank you, Lilu. You're amazing, Lilu. How have you been? Um, Rutro Raggy, Cat and Jack, how have you been? How have you been, Cat and Jack? Yogi had to go pick up a delivery, guys. He'll be right back. Um, Thank you all for being here with him through thick and thin. Um, Now, thank you guys. So Yogi is, I don't know if he's still working out as much, but I know that he is definitely working this and this out. So who here is into doing burpees? Who here is doing burpees? Tell me something. I'm gonna read the chat. Who here is doing burpees in this chat? Because I have a burpee workout video, 5-minute, I'm gonna release today. Talk about your channel, Josh. Star Seeker. My channel is crazy. It's chaotic. It's funny. Some of it's silly. Some of it's a little bit risque, depending on what your definition of that is. Oh, look at that. So cute. Oh,
This is
so
Missy.
fluffy too.
She
Missy?
is fluffy. Yep, she
Missy?
wants to go and investigate the cats. I haven't seen her in a year.
Wow. So cute. How old is Missy?
Missy's 8 years old now.
8 years?
She's so puppy.
Wow.
Hey, Missy. She's such a
That's
good girl.
that's does not look 8 years old. Cute, very cute.
Yep,
But I bet she's very soft. I bet she's very soft when you're
she is.
petting. Yeah. Probably one of the
She's
softest.
heading out. She's heading out for a walk, but I wanted to bring her inside, or a walk and a run. Hey, my ex-wife is training for a half marathon and needs a little bit of help. So this was an opportunity for me to help, and I get some dog time. So
okay.
can't beat,
Well,
can't beat
can't beat that. Of course not.
So keep talking. I'll be right back. I'm gonna bring it back outside. Let's go.
Okay.
Come on.
Okay. To answer your question, Kat and Jack, Kat, I will do the traffic live streams. I'm going to try to, well, considering this helped, Kat, to answer your question, this helped here to understand that you guys can actually hear what I'm saying. So I will do the traffic live streams. I just I'm not making income. I'm making income off of it, but it's not enough. If I have 200 or 300 people in my chat at all times, like I do in the viral traffic live stream ASMR guys, and if I do, then I will end up, if I let it run every day, minus a day or two out of the month, by the time that month is up, I've made $100 to $200 just from that alone. But I'm not getting super chats from that, guys. That's the thing. I'm not getting. That's from ad watches and views and stuff like that. That's what I'm making money off of that. But it's not a lot. $100 to $200 a month from setting a camera up there and watching traffic. It's not a lot. I made more money than that just by going live 5 days ago. 5 days, it might be 6 days ago. I'm not sure. 5 or 6 days ago, I went live, and one person sent me 150 total US dollars, and then I had one other person send me 5, another person send me 5. So I actually enjoy going around and doing things, but I don't have a cameraman. I don't have someone to follow me around. That's the problem. If I could have someone who was willing to follow me around with a camera, I would definitely enjoy making crazy, funny, and silly content live, not just little short videos. That's what I want to do. I want to be able to do that kind of stuff. And I know people enjoy some of that stuff that I've done. And, I like it when people are happy and smiling at my stuff. And even the crazy comments, I enjoy that as well. So that's what I want to do as far as my channel. That's why I have the superhero costume is going to be $400, and the way I want it done is going to be $400. Wow, that's great. Yeah, cameraman editor would be the two big unlocks for me too. Yeah, Jim Dundee. That's the thing, right? If we had somebody that's willing to go with us and do things, wouldn't it be like it would be easier on any YouTuber? Me and Yogi were wondering what the highest super chat is that you can give. $500. I think from what I see on mine, you can only do up to $500 at once. But even then, you're only if 70, you have to figure 30% of that is going to YouTube. So 30% of $500 is what? So what is
$79.84 off the
so
top of
minus
my head.
70? Okay, so off the top of your head, huh? Oh my gosh. So you might as well say $80. So minus $80. So you've made $420 off that 500, which is still good, but it depends on whether or not the person with that money in his or her pocket is okay with that,
Right.
if they know that.
One of the things that I like about YouTube getting some
Mhm.
of the money is YouTube is making money off of your creative effort. So that helps. It's like any kind of job. You know what I mean?
Yes.
If you were an
Mhm.
artist and you're presenting your paintings or your sculptor, the gallery gets a percentage. But if you're bringing in more income for YouTube, they're going to be
Mhm.
very happy with you.
Yes.
So, and they'll
And
push you out more.
I want to do that. That's why that's why Jim Dundee said he could do that as well. But if people he wants a cameraman as well. Same thing as what I'm talking about. A cameraman and editor. If you had both those, that's amazing. But I just need a cameraman. I don't really care too much about the editing. I could try to work on that myself eventually because I suck at editing, guys. But
YouTube.
a cameraman would be amazing. Just to have someone to follow me around 2 days a week would be amazing because those 2 days a week I could schedule my crazy stuff like the cardboard robot. I want to dress up as a cardboard robot. Other stuff, I've got Bubble Boy. I want to dress up as Bubble Boy. I want to be a giant chicken again. I want to be the Christmas tree again. I want to do all kinds of crazy things like um the uh the clothes hanger man. I everything. Because I know that it'll make anyone watching laugh or be like, "What the?" It will attract attention, and as a YouTuber myself, I crave attention, and I know that you all do. You all love the attention anyway. You guys are here for a reason, right? You are here in whether it be Yogi's live stream, my live stream, or doing your own live streams, guys. Most of you guys here are content creators. And with that being said, if you didn't crave any type of attention, you wouldn't be doing this. Somewhat. There has to be a little piece of you that likes the attention. Even if you don't have front camera, if you're if you're not a face or if you're a faceless channel, you still crave attention for your channel. You like to put out content to help people out. You like to do, like Toy Pups. Toy Pups has she's not really a person that goes in front of the camera. She has her content there for kids mainly, for other mental health issues as well. But you know, the types of people who are mainly in everyone's channel. Once you get to know the channel, you know who comes in there and who doesn't.
Hey,
And
Sniper's got a good suggestion.
okay, Sniper, have you thought about drone camera that always follow you and fly around you 360? If I could get that much money for a $2,000-3,000 drone, perfect, absolutely.
Start a GoFundMe.
I might do that, but GoFundMe's are I feel like GoFundMe's are for people who really need the money. That's me wanting. Wants and needs are like some people confuse wants and needs. Wants versus needs. When I was a smoker, did I need a cigarette or did I want a cigarette? I wanted it because it was an addiction that I faced. I didn't need it either way, and I
Right.
proved that the day I quit. So
I agree, but GoFundMe is for whatever you want GoFundMe to be. It's not
yeah,
GoFundMe for
I just
this.
right. I
And
know, but I feel like I know it's for whatever you want it to be, but realistically, I feel like if I were to do that, then I'm just doing something that people would be like, What are you
well,
doing?" And I still feel like, well, I don't know if I should do this. This,
people
you know,
always like helping out a friend. Um, Sniper says, nope, $250.
$250.
Yep.
And what type of drone is that? Please post that in your community so that way I can copy that later. Squirrel Sniper.
I would like a fully weaponized drone so I could smite my enemies.
Well, really?
From a distance. You know, I'm 61. I almost 61. Next month I'll be 61. I don't have the energy to smite them in person anymore. So if I could get a drone to actually do some long distance smiting, man, that would be perfect. I'd be happy.
Well, they were talking about doing that to California. Oh wait, that's a political. Let's not talk about that. But anyway, yeah. So that would be a thing for you to do if it came down to it, Yogi. Like if it came down to it and you had that capability there and preparation of anything, you could have it. It might help.
Sure. First off, I got to have a checklist. First off, I got to go and make some enemies. As of now, I don't have any.
Yeah,
But I'm
go ahead.
pretty sure if I set it as a goal, if I write it down and go out and really put some effort into it, give me 6 7 days, I could probably have a handful.
Yeah, if you intentionally, I mean, anyone can intentionally make enemies. It's not.
You get the feeling that you would make a really good arch nemesis. I wouldn't want you as an enemy, but I wouldn't mind having you as an arch nemesis.
I
I could see you showing up at my house as Cardboard Man and scaring me half to death and then running away. That's something an arch nemesis would do. There's a big difference.
I could do that. I have been known to do stuff like that. Not dress up like that, but when I was younger, I went to my mom's because my mother and father they split up after I was born, not too long, and we went through foster care for like 2 years, and because of some situations there, but then I was able to go back and forth between my mother and my father's house to live with them or to live with them, and every time I would be visiting my mother or staying with her, whatever, she would be doing something with the TV, and I would just go and grab the remote and hide it, or I would just go and use a secondary remote to turn the channel on her while she's trying to watch something, or you know something silly like that. And one day she had a 3-story house. Well, I mean, because the basement, and then you had the regular floor, then you had the second floor, and then you had the attic. But the attic was like its own floor because it had steps, regular stairs all the way up to the attic, and a separate door. So you go up into the attic, and it's obviously attics are attics regardless, but that attic was pretty big. And so she was in the basement doing laundry one day, and I run all the way to the top floor, and I scream "Mom" as loud as I could, and I made her. Well, she thought that I was, you know, she thought that I was legitimately scared or in pain or something. But I screamed, Mom, help," as loud as I could, in a scare, and like if I were being scared or something like that. And she ran all the way up to the attic, and I went and hid in the attic underneath the bed. And she come up there and said, "What did you want?" I said, "Oh, I just wanted to say hi. That's it. Just wanted to say hi." Do you know that she slapped me on my face for that?
Wow.
She did.
But
that's
does she remember that event?
Yes. Yeah, she does. She absolutely does.
So you see, like I said, you have the makings for the ultimate arch nemesis from a young age. You've been training for this moment all your life.
But I want my superhero costume. I really do. Once I get that,
that would make me your arch nemesis. If you're the
that means
superhero, I had not thought of that. That makes me the arch nemesis. Wow, this is a heavy responsibility. I don't know if I'm up for it, Joshua.
You can do it. I know you can do it. I have faith in you. I have
don't
faith
want
in
to.
you.
I don't want to disappoint you because a hero is only as good. Imagine Batman without Joker. A hero is only as good as their arch nemesis. And man, I think you could do better than me. I'll be honest with you.
I don't know. I think it's all in our minds. What can
Think
we
so?
do? What can we not do? You or me both. But if you hold still like that, hold on, scoot a little bit closer. Do that. Look to your left, I think.
My left.
No, you're right. Sorry. Look to your right. Okay. Now put your face a little bit closer to the right while you're looking there. Look. Keep looking like you're looking towards me. Like that.
Uh,
Now if you lean a little bit closer, go ahead, just try.
what are we
Look,
gonna do?
no, just don't trust me on this, okay? I said don't trust me on this. So you continue.
I don't trust you.
You know, I can almost make us look like we're kissing, guys. Do you know look
That's
like
what I was afraid of. I've had this happen before. Jace did this to me before once.
Oh, Jace did that. Yeah. Wait, speaking of Jace, where's Jace? I have not seen him in a long time.
He pops in on occasion.
Oh, he pops in when I'm not here.
Yeah, well, it's not often. Every once in a while. Hey, Shelly, how are you? Um,
Well,
hey, Jamie. He's very much working hard on putting his message out, and I've been very much working hard on my message. And our messages are slightly different, so
yeah.
we don't hang the way we did. But it's all good. I still support him. I know he's got my back if ever needed.
Okay. Well, I appreciate you telling me that. I mean, because I didn't know what happened to him, but at least he's okay. That's all that matters.
Yep,
Um, but anyway, guys, look, I appreciate you being here, letting me come up here. This was originally just to test out whether or not you guys can hear me. Obviously, you can hear me very well. Shelly, I see it. You said hi, Josh. Hi, everyone, guys. I appreciate all of you listening, putting up with me being a Yogi's co-host.
I appreciate you
But
being our co-host.
I that's just what I wanted to do with my channel. If I once I get a cameraman, I know that I could probably utilize YouTube as my primary source of income.
We'll help and look for see if you can find a one of those drones for 250.
I don't know what kind that is, but I will definitely be looking up more about drones since you said that, Sniper. I appreciate that, sir. Guys, thank you so much. I appreciate all of you. This is the amazing, energetic Joshua saying, everyone take care and stay amazing. Bye, guys. Love y'all.
Love you too, my friend.
Namaste. Namaste.
Namaste. We'll be heading out in a few minutes too, guys. I don't know if Misty, the little wonder pup, is coming back in or not. Cat says, "Don't trust me on this. I trust you with all things, Cat." Sherry says, "I think perhaps everyone just needs to vent in a safe place, Joshua. Hope you feel better. I don't believe you were looking for any answers. That's what we're here for. You know, the great prayer from Course in Miracles. I'm here only to be truly helpful. I'm here to serve him who sent me. Let me read the whole thing for you. I'm here only to be truly helpful. I'm here to represent him who sent me. You don't have to worry about what to say or what to do because he who sent me will direct me. I'm content to be wherever he wishes, knowing he goes there with me. I will be healed as I let him teach me to heal. So the important thing to remember here, I'm here only to be truly helpful and to represent him who sent me, him with a capital H. That means I don't say, allow me to be truly helpful, but only in this regard. Allow me to be a little bit helpful. Allow me to be helpful some of the time. I am here only to be truly helpful. I don't know what that always implies. So I don't want to blunder my way without asking. And I do ask, how can I serve? How can I be helpful? And everything is taken to a higher guidance. Abby says, love you, cat. Joshua says, hey guys, sorry if I missed anyone saying anything to me. Joshua says, cat, thanks, love you too. My cat was not too pleased that that pesky dog was back visiting. But the dog was here before the cats were here. Evan says, do you think people shifting to YouTube for supporting income is a right direction? If it is for you, it is for you. Why not? This is my main source of, this is really my 90% of my income. I mean, that would be like saying, I think of this as, I'm always hesitant to use the word, but it's fitting and it has been given to me. I think of this as a ministry. I'm here only to be truly helpful. I'm here to talk about the things that have brought me through my own fire, that have brought me through my own battles. Help me with, hesitant to use the word demons, but of course, if you ever have an addiction, you can really liken an addiction to a demon. Things that have just helped me, right? That have given me a connection, that have opened me up to only and always want to be as loving as possible, to extend love in every given opportunity. Doesn't mean that I always do it, but I'm appreciative of the opportunities when I get to, when I remember to, when I'm able to. As with anyone who has any kind of ministry, they need to make a living. So anyone who wants to put themselves out there to be creative, like any kind of artist, this is just a visual art. Shirley says, "Can I come up?" Sure, come on up, and then we'll chat for a few minutes. So then I gotta run. And it says, sending you lots of positive vibes. So Anna, what am I hearing about a job? Lee and Mustafa were talking about it. Joshua spamming. Joshua says, true yogi. So right in the description box, there's a little blue highlighted link. And if you click on that, it should come right on up. Joshua says, top 3 dots on the right. And it says, awesome, Anna, awesome. You're welcome, Anna. I'm so happy to hear. So I also just put it in the on my community page or my channel page or my page, the page thingy, the place you go. I don't know the actual proper name for it. There she is. That's okay.
You would good afternoon. You would think that with so much knowledge that I have, I still have trouble connecting for the cold streams and the live streams.
You
Anyway,
know, unless
I
it's
tried everything to help with my gut health.
sorry, unless it's something that you do on a regular basis, you know, you wouldn't know.
right. So my reason to want to come up, I have a very legit question for you, which it's very difficult for me to take. Um, like I struggle with getting advice, right? Especially when it comes to mental health. How can I so a lot of our creative content, um it's not directly about me. It's basically um most likely like if I have a friend that's going through something, so I will share that story. And how can I like word it so then people could understand that not every time that I do content is personal about myself, that it is that I'm sending a message without having to share quite that is about a specific person.
You ever thought about writing a disclaimer, and then you can have it as a pinned comment, and you can put it up there every live stream, and you can put it in your description box that um, some stories are not personal examples, but you can even say like composite stories from different friends and experiences, um,
Okay.
and that way
Right.
it's there every day, and you can refer to people. Guys, please read in the description, or please read the pinned comment.
Right. Also, um, I wanted to also talk about how do you, how would you address someone when they constantly, you know, continue to ask you, you know, because I had a last year a pretty awful experience, and it's a lot of the reasons as to why my lives are basically just to send the message. um they're constantly like show face, show face, show face, show face, which the other day I was part of. Kumari had a beautiful Friday night, date night. And as a matter of fact, Joshua was also in the panel, and I showed faith, in the group and everything, just because it was, I felt pretty okay in the group. But being that there's so many people across the globe, constantly coming, and YouTube and Google had we reported a case because somebody last year, um it was just like I said, a big case of they figuring out, because it's scary. It's scary. This person was, I would say, a stalker. And um and but people still come on and they continue to like press. And it's quite annoying, and I don't want to be insensitive or disrespectful. And but it's annoying, it's especially when they continue to span, show face.
Right.
And it's even to the point where I don't go to the mall in my community. I go 2 towns down, or like an hour out, because this person was, oh, I can't wait to see you in the mall so we can have lunch. Or they took a lot of screenshots of me. you know so how can I address the community in a empathetic way and in a respectful way, without without having to be misunderstood.
I always find it to be helpful to be as straightforward as possible. Um, and I try to put everything out there right at the beginning, what I'm doing, why I'm doing it.
Okay.
It doesn't have to fit anyone's agenda other than your own, and that's a big
Right.
thing. You have a reason of doing what you're doing, and
Right.
it never has to be explained to anyone. Anyone.
Right. Right.
Um, that big why that we have. Why am I doing this? Is the answer to all your questions. You are
Right.
a um, you are a support channel. You're an emotional health channel. You're a channel of service. Stay true to your message and don't worry about it. People say, show your face. You don't have to answer to anyone. You don't
Right.
have to do anything that you don't want to do because you're staying true to your message.
And most of my friends, because before all of this happened, I used to, until I found my niche and I found what was, gonna be motivational to me. I did a lot of karaoke and I always showed face and everything. But this was last spring, this person did a lot of screenshots, and then they did a lot of, like, edits and appropriate. So, they investigated it. And my children's father, he's in the IT business, and this went even to one of our friends in Wall Street that understands how to get into the computer, into the BIOS of a computer, and they couldn't find a JP address to this person. And it's just that there is a lot of people don't understand that in YouTube there's a movement of trolls, and it's kind of like a cult. Like, so it's not just one troll. It's like a whole community of people that they actually have meetings and everything, and they do this for a living. They do this to disrupt because this is their agenda. So YouTube and Google couldn't go further, even after making a report and everything, because it is considered like a kind of like a cyberbullying type of thing. And for a while, I was not gonna lie, it didn't put fear in my heart, but it shook me to a point where I'm always, with someone. I'm not alone. And now that Joey, and that's another thing too. The pestering of people thinking that, that the channel belongs to Joey. The channel belongs to me. Joey is an extension of, my message, my vlogging. Joey is an extension. JJ is an extension. And Joey is very recognized in New Jersey. Most of the high schools, the schools, the teachers, so he's quite popular in New Jersey. So whenever we do decide to go places, Joey always has a chaperone or somebody. And soon we're looking into like having his own, because he likes to go to the city a lot and everything. And that's the world that unfortunately that we're living, especially when somebody is, working towards, becoming an artist. And so we're trying to do that. But in the beginning too, when we started doing live, Mr. Yogi, thank goodness that my field, and I have a lot of friends that are mental health counselors that were able to help me through it. But in the beginning, um when I always, you I'm on this side and he's on this side, and there was a lot of hate crime, like hate messages. They even said that he should go kill himself, that
Well,
um that he was gay, that he looked like a wolf. And in the beginning I didn't know what moderators were or anything. We just one day decided to turn it on and give it a try, but that went on for a long time. He and again, addressing a community, addressing people. I am absolutely huge when it comes to delivery. delivery is very important in my life. I don't call someone an alcoholic. I will say you're inebriated. Words are very hurtful. Words could damage more than anything. And I'm very careful when it comes to delivery, the way that I talk to people, because people, all cultures and all lingos are different, including, let's say, 20-year-old, 30-year-old, 40-year-old, 50-year-old, 60-year-old. All those generations don't understand the lingos and the communication from generations. So I had to learn, if somebody says from, let's say, the group of people that they're like in their 40s, and a kid or a young adult in their 20s, they talk about probably the same thing, they just word it different, and there's a misconstrued in communication, and that could create a gap. So I'm very careful how I address people. Therefore, I am, I value you, Mr. Yogi, so much, and your opinion, and the way that you think, the way that you express yourself, the way that you connect and communicate with people. y- I I have the utmost respect for you, and you
Thank
know,
you, Sean.
and that is genuine and true from the heart. And that this morning I woke up and I did my meditation, I did my prayers, I saw some of your content, and then I went about my day. But it was stuck in my head. I said, you know what? I want to ask Yogi, how how can I address, because I know that you have people coming in your life constantly, and how can I address the community, because I want to be mindful, respectful, and I don't want to hurt no one's feelings, but I want to just let people know, you know exactly that.
Um, I think you just answered your question, to be honest. Um, that do it mindfully, respectfully, and do it in the moment when I don't think it needs to be addressed until you feel it needs to be addressed. So you'll recognize the opportunity, and then, as you just said, speak from your heart mindfully and authentically. And I think that's going to be your key right there, mindfulness and authenticity. Hey,
So if I
Shelley.
get frustrated, let's say if I get frustrated at the moment, right? Which we, being human, right? We're human, and I have a lot of self-control. But sometimes I get frustrated to the point that I'm like, wow, these people are really, trying really hard, you know. Um, should I breathe through the frustration, through the moment?
A mindful breath always helps. If any time that we pause and take a breath before we um, keeps us from reacting and allows us to be responsive. I love the word responsibility. It's our ability to respond. And when we take that beat, when we take that breath, even if it's just one breath in through the nose and then out through the mouth with a sigh,
Right.
we've switched our
Also,
nervous state.
and thank you for that. I kind of like, I wanted to just hear your opinion on that. Also, how do you feel about people that have no content and no subscribers, and then they come in your channel? Um, are they doing it on a ninja account? Are they trolls? How, because I don't know. To me, is like, how can we tell the difference to keep
Um,
and subscribe onto somebody that doesn't have content or subscribers, just a name? And how can we differentiate the troll versus someone that just wants to just listen in a live and in a chat.
I can only, from my own perspective, and I think everyone's going to have a different perspective on it, is I don't even worry about it. I treat every single person the same, be it a troll or not a troll. I try to, let me take that back. I treat them all with respect and with kindness. I don't want to say that I treat them as the same because I have people that I've known for years, people that I interact with on a daily basis. So I do respond to them differently. But if someone comes in who doesn't have any content, and even if they're just trolling, there's someone here, they're part of my practice. My practice is kindness, so I'm kind. It doesn't mean that I need to uh, give them the same attention, but I'm kind. I go about my business. It's a wonderful
Okay.
thing, Shelley, is
Okay.
you know what you're doing,
Right.
right? Just
Well,
keep
well,
doing.
well, some days I do feel like I know what I'm doing, but some days I quite don't. And that's why I'm definitely open for constructive criticism, for other opinions. I'm always open. And I usually, gravitate towards people that like I said, I hold a high regard. And that's why I said, you know what? I'm gonna ask Yogi. I'm gonna ask Mr. Yogi. And I appreciate it. Thank you. You did kind of like helped me because I was in that thought. But there's always, it is always nice to hear, someone else, and it kind of like you get an aha moment,
Right.
and that's
Can I
exactly what you. Mhm. Yeah,
can I offer one more thing before you go?
sure.
What if you always knew what you were doing? What if you set an intent for your live stream, for your channel, and for your live stream, and it doesn't have to serve this like broader purpose, but if you set your live stream before you go live, before you hit that live button, and say my intent, the reason why I'm doing this, it might seem like I'm singing. It might seem like I'm sharing music with Joey. It might seem like I'm just having a conversation and supporting, but my intent, what I'm doing, is to extend love or to
Right.
demonstrate peace
That's true
or
too.
so you always know what you're doing.
Right.
And when you know what you're doing, you're never led astray. Because even if you get upset, even if you get frustrated, you have that anchor point and you can return to it. So before
Right.
every live stream, set the intent. This is why I'm going live.
Right. Well, we kind of like, because we have such busy schedules, and again, I you know when we decide to like leave home, is actually it's actually for enjoyment, or for like, errands and whatnot. But because I do everything from home. I am a homeschooler. I work from home. I am a caretaker. um and again, um a lot of people don't quite understand. In my bios, if you read my bios, is very explanatory. It's like, my bios is very well put together. Like, I took hours to prepare my bios, to
Right.
explain to everyone. The channel, it is reflective of my life, of everything that's important to me. And of course, my children, my fiance, um, and my friends, and the things that I support. And it's
Hey,
pretty explanatory. It's really annoying when people are like,
the annoyance is good though, because it allows you to come back on point. Anything that
okay,
happens allows you to come right back on point. That's the
right,
important thing.
right,
Hey Shelly, um,
yes,
I'm gonna have to end the live stream so I could
sure,
say goodbye to my. I have a guest who brought her dog over to say hi to me.
Yes.
And she's here at the door right now.
No, thank you. It was just a last minute thing. I should have I saw you live like about 10 minutes ago, but then my son had a little bit of a meltdown and I had to like help him through it and everything. And then when I came back, I was like, oh my goodness, let me see if I could like but thank you so much, Mr. Yogi. Much love,
Always,
much appreciation.
always feel
Red
free
Bull
to come on up.
Princess. Red Bull Princess, I love you. Chat. Have a great afternoon. You have a beautiful community as well. Prayers, half a heart because I'm holding the phone. So half and the other half. Love you guys.
Love you
Bye.
too. Take care, guys. Guys, I'll
Okay,
see you
thank
at
you.
5:25. Come on by, hang out. Come on up and talk. Come on up and tell me a joke. Come on up and sing a song. We'll be live at 5:25. Love you guys.